Hello, everybody. We'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Agent,
Here.
Halliburton,
Here.
Haney Keith,
Here.
Nash,
Here.
Stead,
Here.
Willetts, here, all present.
All right, next up, we have council minutes.
I move that we approve the council minutes for the work session on October 17th. And then for the work session and then the regular evening minutes for October 17th at 6 p.m.
Second.
We have a motion, and a second. Clerk, will you call the roll?
Nash,
Yes.
Stead,
Yes.
Willetts,
Yes.
Agent,
Yes.
Halliburton,
Yes.
Haney Keith,
Yes.
all in favor, motion carries.
Thank you. Next up, we have the reappointment of Cindy Montoto to the Historic Preservation Commission for a 3-year term ending October 2026. Cindy was having trouble getting on. I just want to check because I have something to read from her if she's not with us. Okay. I'll put, has served on this commission for quite a while, was excited about re-upping. I really appreciate her service and would put this in front of you all.
Madam Mayor, I move the reappointment of Cindy Montoto to the Historic Preservation Commission for a 3-year term ending on October 2026.
I'll take a unanimous consent request for this one.
Super.
Great. Without objection? All right, thank you all. So Cindy sent me something because she was struggling to get into the meeting that I'll just read out on her behalf. It says, "Thank you, Madam Mayor and Council, for the opportunity to seek reappointment to the HPC. I was first appointed at 22 years old and at the time was the only Latina commissioner in the city. I came with very little historic preservation knowledge or experience, but with much practical experience in mediation and dispute resolution, something essential in the public process. In my time on the HPC, I have learned so much and I'm very proud of the progress we've achieved. I look forward to another term and promise to continue to learn and to serve the city's historic districts to the best of my ability." Cindy, I appreciate you, as I appreciate all commissioners, because you provide quite a bit of time as volunteers. Thank you for re-upping and for the service you provided so far. All right, next up, we've got the consent agenda.
Madam Mayor, I move the approval of the consent agenda. All items with an asterisk are considered to be routine by the council and will be enacted in one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless a council member or citizen so requests, in which case the item will be removed from the general order of business and considered in its normal sequence.
Second.
We have a motion, a second, clerk?
Nash,
Yes.
Stead,
Yes.
Willetts,
Yes.
Agent,
Yes.
Halliburton,
Yes.
Haney Keith,
Yes.
all in favor, motion carries.
Thank you. And I'll just point out that on this consent agenda, we had several items that were reviewed at our last council meeting related to investments in food insecurity and mental health care and other community work, thanks to our COVID rescue dollars. Next up, we will move to first reading.
Madam Mayor, I ask unanimous consent that all ordinances on the first reading be read by number and title only and filled for the second reading calendar.
Without objection.
ORD 38-23, an ordinance enacting a property tax rebate program as authorized by Idaho Code Section 50-235. Reaffirming that $1.2 million has been appropriated to fund the City of Boise tax rebate program, providing instructions and deadlines for property taxpayers to apply for a property tax rebate, setting forth the formula to be used to calculate property tax rebates, providing a method for distribution of property tax rebates, and providing an effective date. ORD 39-23, an ordinance CAR 22-15 for property located at 1715 South Maple Grove Road, amending zoning classifications of the City of Boise City to change the classification of real property particularly described in Section 1 of this ordinance and adjacent rights of way from R-1A, single-family residential, 2.1 units per acre, to R-1B/DA, single-family residential with a development agreement, 4.8 units per acre, setting forth a reasoned statement in support of such zone change and providing an effective date. ORD 40-23, an ordinance CAR 22-11 for property located at 6760 and 6776 East Warm Springs Avenue, annexing 3.2 acres of certain lands and territory situated in Ada County, Idaho, adjacent and contiguous to the corporate limits of the city of Boise City, establishing and determining the land use classification of said 3.2 acres as R-2D/DA, medium density residential with design review and development agreement, setting forth a reasoned statement in support of such annexation and zone change, directing the city engineer to lodge and file a legal description and map for said annexed lands and territory, providing that copies of this ordinance shall be filed with the Ada County Auditor, the Ada County Treasurer, the Ada County Assessor, the Ada County Recorder, and the Idaho State Tax Commission, providing that a copy of said legal description and map of said annexed lands and territory be recorded with the Ada County Recorder and filed with the Ada County Assessor and the Idaho State Tax Commission as required by law, and providing an effective date.
Thank you. There's nothing on second and third reading. We have no unfinished business or an executive session. So I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. Thanks, everybody.